I was a member of the United States Marine Corps. I joined the service September 18th, 2001. I joined because it was something that I wanted to do since I was a little kid. Since I watched Desert Storm like being broadcast on every channel when I was in elementary school. I remember sitting there with my dad, and I saw the guys with the lasers in their hand, and I was like, I think I want to do that. He's like, what, be a pilot? I'm like, no, I want to do the I want to do that portion. And he was like, okay, we'll see. And then he's like, that'll probably change, and it didn't. The field that I chose when I joined the Marine Corps was 0861, which is an artillery designation for a scout observer, fire support man. Yeah, so in the military, I was in a unit called 1st Anglico, Air Naval Gunfire Liaison Company. There I did call for fires for close air support, artillery, mortars, and naval gunfire. So I basically did what I wanted to do as a child. I am a combat veteran. I was in OIF, Operation Iraqi Freedom. So I did serve in a combat role. I was attached to the Royal Marine Commandos unit, Alpha Company Angels, where I spent my time. Some of the challenges that I faced personally when I came back was I had an inability to really create relationships with other people, which affected my relationship with my family because I come from a relatively close-knit family. And during that time period, I really did not want to be bothered with anyone. When I came back home, I kind of just like to sit in the dark and watch anime or like just, I don't know, read, study, something along those lines. But I definitely did not really want to be bothered with other people. I started engaging in semi-reckless behavior, souped up my Acura, carbon fiber, all of this stuff, and just drove ridiculously fast for no reason, and engaged in similar risky behavior, which, you know, concerned my parents and stuff like that. After I acknowledged the person that I was becoming, I decided to go to therapy, and through therapy and medication and other things, I was able to regain a sense of normalcy and just move forward. Been able to reconnect with some people. Friends helped me through it. Family helped me through it, but eventually I was able to move forward. What I really learned was a lot of people don't necessarily understand that world and how it affects someone. When they see you, they basically just see a person who did, you know, X, when in reality, the thing like X really, you can see the pictures from X. Like, it never really leaves you, but the trick is to just accept what is and just be strong. And I learned that I'm a pretty strong person and I can persevere through pretty much anything. So I've definitely been able to continue to do the things that I want to do. So I've been lucky enough to do that. What brought me to the Department of Commerce is while I was in law school, I knew that I wanted to help people. I took, like, you know, some roles as like a public defender, stuff like that. Then I realized that that may not necessarily be the way that I want to help others. And after a certain situation in a certain case, I realized that maybe I'm not as much of a constitutional warrior as I thought I was. And so I moved on from that and again, I worked for the National Labor Relations Board for like a semester to see how I like that. I enjoyed it. So, but they had issues with their OPM standards. They had to do some changes, and I just took that as a sign from, from God that maybe I was just doing it because I got to help people and it was just a thing. So, I also had an interest in trade, so I decided the best place to do that would be the Department of Commerce. So I applied for a job at the International Trade Administration. I began working there in November of 2015, and I've been here ever since as an international trade analyst. As a black male, it really is an important thing because a lot of people don't necessarily see African Americans in positive light throughout the year, especially the way that the system portrays black males particularly is usually in a negative light. You usually see them on TV in handcuffs or portrayed in TV shows as some type of a criminal. Primarily, they never are in the hero role. So an opportunity to show and showcase different aspects of the African American community is important. And to me, Black history definitely plays a role in doing that on a national level.